This episode starts with the infamous Fluttershy cheering scene, and it probably would be really funny if I hadn't seen it 20 million times. You know what? It's actually still pretty funny. Rainbow is trying to teach Fluttershy how to cheer because she's going to be entering the Best Young Flyers competition. She's got a pretty interesting routine. She springboards off a cloud, weaves in and out of bushes, then spins clouds, and finally attempts something called the sonic Rainboom. She nearly breaks the sound barrier, but fails and gets repelled. This causes her to crash into Twilight's library, of course right after she and the rest of the main six have finished cleaning it up. Did you expect Twilight's library to get trashed at any other time? Fluttershy comes in to cheer on Rainbow, even though she had failed spectacularly. Rainbow blames her failure on Fluttershy's cheering, and puts it out there that she wishes her other friends could come to Cloudsdale to watch the performance. But they can't, cause only Pegasi can walk on clouds. Pinkie wishes that she can go and see Rainbow perform the sonic Rainboom. Twilight has no idea what it is, so Pinkie lets her in.
Is this like Rainbow Dash gets going so fast? Boom! Sonic boom and a rainbow can happen all at once!
And apparently Rainbow is the only pony who ever pulled it off. Yeah, I'll roll with that. Rainbow tells every pony that her plan is to pull off a sonic Rainboom, so she can win the grand prize of spending a day with the Wonderbolts. Rainbow leaves, and then Fluttershy lets everyone in on the fact that Rainbow has tried to pull off a sonic Rainboom hundreds of times, but each has ended in failure. Rarity then urges Twilight to find a spell to get the rest of them into Cloudsdale to support Rainbow, because she recognizes that Rainbow has stage fright. Pinkie finds a spell that allows Earth ponies to fly for 3 days. Rarity even volunteers for it. It's a very difficult spell, and we don't get to see the results either, but apparently it worked. Rainbow and Fluttershy arrive in Cloudsdale, where they meet some ponies from their childhood. They're assholes! But they do reveal that Rainbow dropped out of flight school, and the sonic Rainboom is seen as an old mare's tail. And Rainbow is feeling a little distraught. Fluttershy tries to help, but it doesn't work. Rainbow thinks that if she fails, Princess Celestia will banish her to the Everfree Forest. You know what? I'd believe it. Oh, and the other main six arrive by a hot air balloon. Rarity has butterfly wings, and the others can now walk on clouds, due to a cloud walking spell. I find that odd. It's made clear that Rarity's wings are extremely fragile, so the cloud walking spell is much more reliable, yet it costs more energy. Yeah, it's a nitpick, it's just something that bugs me specifically. Rainbow and Fluttershy give the others a tour around Cloudsdale, and I really do like its design, although Rarity has found something else to admire. And all of the Pegasi take notice of Rarity's wings, increasing her vanity. Although, for practical purposes, the wings do nothing useful. Pinkie tastes the rainbow in the weather factory, and apparently those Skittle commercials have lied to me. Fluttershy tries to encourage Rainbow once more, but fails. And some ponies suggest that Rarity enters the Best Young Flyers competition, after she dazzles them by flying close to the sun. And she decides to enter, much to Rainbow's surprise. Rainbow firmly believes that she can't beat Rarity. We cut to the competition, where Rainbow is number 2. She sees her friends cheering, and Rarity is preparing in the bathroom. It seems that everyone is there to see the competition, even Princess Celestia, and so are the Wonderbolts. They're apparently the celebrity judges. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Once contestant number 1 goes out, Rainbow switches places with another contestant, and she does it a few times, getting increasingly more nervous. Rarity also stalls, but more out of vanity than fear. They stall so long that the competition is almost over and the two of them have to go out together. Rainbow isn't herself, but manages to get out there anyway. So the performances begin, and Rarity does something. Rainbow tries to go for her routine, and her nerves get the best of her, so she screws up twice. It's only when Rarity goes in for her grand finale do things get interesting. She flies up to the sun, and Rainbow flies up as well. Hey, has anyone heard the story of Icarus? No? Just wondering. So Rarity begins plummeting to the ground, and the Wonderbolts try to save her, but Rarity knocks their lights out. It's a good thing that an all-powerful alicorn sun goddess is sitting in the audience. You're not gonna do anything, are you? Still an asshole. Luckily, Rainbow sees Rarity and dashes afterwards, faster than she had ever done before. A mock cone starts to form around her, and she actually creates a sonic Rainboom. And somehow Fluttershy stole Pinkie's voice. So yeah, Rainbow not only saved Rarity, but the Wonderbolts as well. Rarity apologizes, everyone forgives her, and Rainbow gets to spend the day with her idols, because she won. She flies off with 2 male Wonderbolts, saying that she has plans. Why do people assume she's Never mind. As time goes on, I am seeing more and more that it's rare that there's a near-universal opinion on an episode. Some of my favorites, like Too Many Pinkie Pies, Party of One, or Read It and Weep, I've seen on worst of lists. It's pretty unanimous that Sonic Rainboom is not just a good episode, but a great one. In fact, I think the Sonic Rainboom itself is the exact moment that this show proved it wasn't just another really good cartoon, but a great one as well. There really isn't much to complain about here. We get to see a new side of Rainbow, rounding out her character. The humor was really good, and everyone acted believable. Sonic Rainboom gets a gold.